Greetings and welcome back to Last Word. In the last episode we learned about the professor's plan to get the word. And now we are to find out what this word is and where it is hidden. So, let us continue. We got a new topic which is... where it is? Yep, the hidden word. And we advanced in... where is it? In private prattle. So we can now... oh, interesting what this is. Yeah, we can now engage in conversation with different people. So, let's go. Let's gossip about private prattle. Private Prattle always looked up to his superiors in the military. It's no surprise that a great inventor inspired him to go after his dreams. Although, what exactly were those dreams? I've known Prattle a while, and he never said he wanted to travel the world. Yet, there he is. I have to wonder if he ran off for some other reason, right? That is, other than for a woman. Or am I overthinking this? There's no way to know, I guess. Over the past few years, he hasn't sent us so much as a single letter. He made a clean cut. Oh, we advanced to level 5 in this. Interesting. I will go with Seymour later. Let's... no, we don't sit down, sorry. But let's engage in conversation with the Judge Boasting. The young Private Phalo Prattle was a large source of gossip a few years ago, back when he had first eloped with Mrs. Seymour. Naturally, other matters have taken the spotlight. The scandal between them had melted away, that is, until tonight. It's a marvel how the past never truly disappears. It haunts us, good or bad, and carries with it a new weight even after so long a time. Okay. Oh, yeah, hidden word. Gossip with Mr. Holden McCall. Now that you mention it, I recall bumping into Mrs. Seymour several times and noticing that she wore the same set of jewelry. Ah. As a gentleman, I made a point not to expose that I realized she wore the same accessories over and over. I'm trying hard to be proper. Ah. The Seymour house. However, also as a gentleman, I can't really recall what the accessories were. Classic male problem, eh, Miss Gorship? Haha. Okay, Seymour house then.
Yo.
Keep being here. Mrs. Seymour attended a few of my best matches when I was still fighting. It seemed to me she wore the same jewelry every time. But I wasn't interested in the ornaments so much as the lady beneath, if you follow. She was fetching, to say the least. Well, okay. Yeah, and okay, let's talk about the hidden word with our nice judge. There we go. Mrs. Seymour owned quite a few things, but my eyes have been going bad for years. Everyone is a blur, like a colored silhouette. But I do say Mr. McCall is a young yet. His eyes and mind are as sharp as claws, oh ho. Okay, he is hinting us towards Mr. McCall, where we already been. Hey, you stay here. Oh, we didn't gossip with him about that. Oh ho, that professor, he's made a fine purchase in buying the Seymour's estate. The servant leaves quite a bit to be desired though. I've heard that Chatters gives free rein to his servants when guests aren't making appearances. I've also heard that this servant is the only one the professor still employs. That explains why it's so calm in here. Seymour house. Mrs. Seymour enjoyed looking her best, and let me tell you, her best was quite nice on my old eyes, so ho. Photography, wine tasting, private prattle. We already did that. Okay, let's chatter. I'm a bit perturbed right now. Ho ho. Wine tasting. Ah, there we go. This is about the wine, isn't it? Of course, what else could it be? Mrs. Prattle can fly off the handle and throw anything she likes, but spare the poor innocent wine. That opal call-in was by far the best bottle on the estate. I was looking forward to pouring a glass and sitting by the fire with Mr. McCall. Now I'll have to settle for a snow wine or some other blank. Don't get me wrong, they're all delightful, but still. Haha, we got special experience for that. Okay, hidden word. Yeah, I think we got everything. So let's talk to Mrs. McPrattle and start with the hidden word. Or let's see what Chatter does. I acted quite the fool back there. Oh, we have Private Prattle. Attacking the mouth was a very bold move. I don't know if I would have thought to do it. Violence is a tremendous taboo for Prattle House. Not for our enlisted and commissioned Prattles, but for those of us who represent civility. The professor's machine deserves to be melted into copper coins, but I shouldn't have been the one to attempt its destruction. I feel horribly unladylike. And special event, we get experience. Okay, gossip about the hidden word. You want to know if Mrs. Seymour had any particular objects she held close? That's a rather odd topic. Chatter's history. They are saying that this estate was sold to the wealthy professor by Mrs. Seymour. Chaffs says that the Seymour house was bankrupt, which is why Mrs. Seymour needed the money. But do you believe that? Master Seymour may not be doing so well as the head of the Seymour house, but I believe he's living off this estate's sale. It would make more sense that the money Chatters used to buy this estate is now what keeps the Seymour house from going defunct. That would mean that the professor is in some way responsible for keeping the Seymours above water. That's just my personal theory, however. I can be rather smart when pressed. I think we talked about that. No, we didn't talk about the feline. No, I don't want to talk to you.
No.
Gossip. I'm simply uninterested in domesticated animals. No offense to pet lovers, but I'm more of a people person than a cat person. Oh, I think we haven't spoken with her about anything, because she was the key to the next chapter. Mrs. Seymour was often slathered in tacky jewelry. It's hard not to notice her tasteless tastes. She often gloated about her husband bringing home some of her favorite pieces, her necklace and bracelets in particular. Her husband, you see, has been deceased for many years, but he was once a general in the St. Laurent forces. And there we go. He was a historian. I find it odd that he would bring her jewelry from work, but I suppose that's why it was so awfully tacky. So maybe it was some ancient relic that got home to Mrs. Seymour, and that was where the word was inscribed upon. My husband brings me jewelry as well, and even though he works for the military, you can plainly see he buys only the best. Also, he's still alive, which places me ahead of Mrs. Seymour in every regard. Used invention. At first I thought this machine was a blessing, but if my husband were here, I'm certain he would disapprove. For starters, look at that horrific smile. The thing is just plain ugly. Ugh! And it clashes with the rug. You're the photographer, yes? That's what you'd call your profession? It looks as though this picture might be indicating something. I'm not one of those cryptic old cryptologists, though. Take a look and tell me if you see anything a tad off. And if you find anything concerning my son, I'd be especially appreciative. Well, that's a toilet.
Yeah.
Okay, wine tasting. Truth be told, I rather enjoy honeydew wine. Of all the melon wines, honeydew has the most crisp flavor.
Yeah.
And her son, last level. Oh dear Phalo, I truly hope you're happy. Well. Okay, let's engage in chatter with the servant. Servants and soldiers aren't that different, you know. Lock topic. Okay, we have to learn about the troops before we can ascend. Okay, there was something in the bathroom. What in the world? Yeah, the bottle of wine, and this is an oil painting of one of the smaller islands on the channel. Peaceful. Level 5 photography. If that's it, that isn't very... Oh well. The door... Yeah, we're not level 5 with Seymour house. Let's save the game, shall we? Before I totally forget to do that. And we are 37% complete. Okay, let's talk to the general. And she ran away. There we go. Okay, let's try the chatter first. What exactly did the professor have to talk about in their gorship? Don't you think you should share it with us? Lock topic photography. Gossip. It's interesting that you should bring up the late General Seymour. I want to respect his image, but to tell you the truth, General Seymour was a thief, no doubt. I mean, there is some doubt, but as a historian he had access to special artifacts. The St. Lauden forces have been unearthing history in every place we help conquer. That includes collecting and categorizing ancient pieces. As I said. Level 3 St. Lauden forces. General Seymour was among the few with access to those historical finds, and many disappeared during his visits. Mostly old rocks, it seems. Luckily for him, he died before charges could be pressed. I'd say he's bargaining with St. Peter now, but I'm not even Catholic. Okay. Hidden word. You're looking for something Mrs. Seymour owned? Odd question. I have no interest in that. Chatter's history. We did chat about that. Domestic feline. The Seymour house. Hey, you stay here. So you say Mrs. Seymour had tacky jewelry? This is about the most meaningless conversation I've ever engaged in. If you want to obsess over knickknacks, do so with prattle. She seems to be an expert in the trivial. Okay, we talked about the forces, newest invention, we talked about that. Photography, we talked about that. Wine tasting. Okay. Private prattle. Thinking about what's best for the military, I must concede that the private's departure was negative for military publicity. On the other hand, he was hardly a great soldier. He was an aristocrat and was given allowances for it. His importance spoiled him. If we didn't live in a country where lineage and celebrity were so intertwined, I'd applaud the loss of such a weak recruit. Did we actually talk about the forces or about photography? Aha, we didn't. General Seymour's repulsive behavior churns my guts in a way that almost makes me want to drive my fist into the nearest face. Uh-oh. No need to worry, however. As a woman of the St. Lauden forces, I'm specially trained to control my brutal impulses. Very calming. Thank you very much. Okay, where is Seymour? There he is. We have a lot to talk about. Let's talk about the hidden word. You want to know if Mother held onto anything? What a vague question. I can't say I ever paid enough attention. Maybe some of her guests would know better. She hosted the McCalls from time to time. I bet Holden was a bit more vigilant. I already know that. Oh, chatters. Yeah, let's chatter. Why not? I find it interesting that I can move a conversation forward by being slightly disruptive. It's such a nuanced effect. Newest invention, we have that. Indeed, but the real purpose of being disruptive is to gain power. If you can jar a person with something overtly disruptive, you get a load of it. I wonder how the professor is able to accomplish these intricacies with metal and rubber. Do the hands help? They might. I think having human features is part of what makes the machine effective, although I can't be sure. I'm no inventor. Oh, yes. And if you notice, the features that the mouth lacks are all receptive features. No ears, no eyes. And we get more experience from this special event. We talked about that. The Seymour house. I was rather uncomfortable with accepting the ignoble professor's invitation, seeing as how this is the estate I grew up on. You want to know more about the accessories father gave mother? I wish I could help. I'm a bit oblivious to those types of details.
Huh.
Fool. So you think that my father was stealing from the St. Laurent Military Museum? Interesting. I can't really speak for his character. He was often very busy. It was mostly me and my mother. Mother was the master of Seymour House, so father never needed to take time from his job to host the estate. But I had been living here for a while. I think there was a hidden room that father used to go to when he was home. Aha! I can hardly recall. I never went in, nor did I care to. I suppose that if father hid anything from us, it's in that concealed room.
Huh.
Here's the invention. I still don't, Okay, I still don't understand how a machine with a mouth can make us do its bidding. Is there some sort of hypnotism involved? Maybe some of the professor's literature will help me wrap my head around it. There must be something here. Yeah, I think we might want to check the whole bookcases.
Hey.
Private Prattle. Honestly, I don't hate Private Prattle. My mother made her own decision and he got swept up in it. She's always been a strong leader. I find it fascinating that she would rather lead a young man to her quarters than lead her family back into success, though. In any case, I don't blame Prattle, even if I don't really care to think of him. Okay, Seymour House. We need to talk about that again. Summer House Estate isn't the only estate that Seymour House owned, you know, but it's the main one with the most prestige. Luckily, my cousins own another estate north of the capital. They let me move in after Chatters took over the summer house. And, well, technically all the estates belong to me now. I should take the property for myself, but I don't want to step on any toes. Alright, this is where we proceed. I want to... yeah, military history. St. Laurent forces. We can't unlock that. Historical. Okay, we can't go see that. Flavor text.
Oh.
Where did we advance? Hidden World we didn't advance. Chatter's history, we did that. Domestic feline, we did that. Seymour House. The Seymour House has a rather strange reputation right now. It's in early decline and close to being defunct. With Mrs. Seymour gone, the estate owned by Chatters, and the new master being fairly socially unqualified. Well, I'm actually not certain how it has held up this long. Maybe the other houses pity poor Master Seymour.
Yeah.
I hear it's astonishingly simple to steal from the military when you're a higher rank. The forces are prone to monetary waste as it is. But maybe don't tell Mr. Boasting I said that. He's a rather loyal veteran. Did that, did that.
Hey.
There we go. The professor had a large effect on Private Prattle. The whole ordeal was reverberated through 2 houses. I have to wonder what other soldiers he affected and what other problems have arisen from it. After all, the professor couldn't have come across his own house title by accident. Okay, we did that. Did that. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if this old place had a million secret rooms, Miss Gorship. I've been to all the estates. I'm a seasoned gentleman. Most of the houses are laden with secrets, and this estate is by far one of the oldest. I expect there to be hidden quarters everywhere. In fact, the Boasting House estate has more secret rooms than non-secret rooms, oh ho! I suggest looking for a statue of some sort. Your best bet is that the Seymours lock their rooms with permanent fixtures. Aha! Okay, we were there. Okay, I have to talk to him again about the level 2 hidden word now. Oh, I love hidden rooms. The McCall estate is littered with them. I played around in them quite a bit as a young man. If you find one, let me know. Okay. Seymour. What's gotten into you? Why the treasure hunt all of the sudden? Is it a photographer thing? Yes, it is. More or less.
Nie.
Of course this estate has hidden rooms. The Prattle estate has roughly 4 million of them. Or it rather seems that way. I've never counted.
Nie.
Hey, you stay here. Hey! I hear that General Seymour was prone to theft. This news is fresh and hot, dear. I can't wait to ask my husband about it. I wonder what Mr. Boasting has to say. He was once in the forces. I'm sure he has an opinion.
Nie.
Oh, yeah. I hear that General Seymour was prone to theft in the St. Lawn Museum. This news is fresh and hot, dear. I wonder what his son must think of him. Okay, it's just hinting us in this direction. And we did that. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, no, we did talk to him. Now, the judge again. If you're looking for a hidden room, I highly suggest checking out a bookcase or maybe a statue. If there's a statue by a bookcase, even better. Oh ho. Is it true that General Seymour was stealing from the military museum? Are there no good men left in the military? I have half a mind to come out of retirement just to whip these ingrates into moral shape. Well, okay, let's talk to the general. Or let's see what the bookcase says. Who's who? Seymour House. We have that. Let's see what we get. Looks like this is a rather old edition. The master of Seymour House isn't listed as Seymour. It says Master Gabriella Seymour. Her husband, Seymour's father, is General Gabe Seymour. So, Gabby and Gabe? Good thing I get a respectable name. Ah, special event. Okay, speaking of which, we can buy some upgrades, I guess. Let's buy the wine tasting. So we got it on max level. Okay. Piercing gaze. What was that again? Upgrades eye contact. The conversation moves up one peg whenever power is added to your full power gauge. Oh yeah, we want that. Skills. Okay. Right, let's save our progress. We're now 44% complete, and it's the end of the episode again. So, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, a rating would be much appreciated, as always. And if you want to check out other series, or want to see more episodes of this in particular, I would suggest you go over to my channel and hit the little subscribe button. I certainly hope to see you next time as well, so until then, Yours faithfully, the Pestafarian.